If you can't do a back squat, here's some exercises you can do. I'm going to take you through a ton of different variations like a quad squat, a goblet squat, and then also some unilateral or single leg options. First of all, I'm going to take you through the goblet squat, and that ultimately just requires a dumbbell, and you just hold it in the middle here. So it's still a squat. So if you can't do a back squat, but you can hold weight here and squat like many of my clients do, same principles apply. This stays nice and close to your chest. If you hold it out here, it's going to be hard. And see how my shoulders are tensing now? It's because this is working my shoulder. But we want it to be as close as we can to our center of gravity so it's easier. We just try and sit down. So I like to think of trying to put my hamstrings to my calves or my butt to my heel. So I sit down here like this, and then I just come back up. Okay, so that's the goblet squat. Coming down, holding it here, and up. Now one thing you have to think of is trying to get the weight up to here. If you get strong and you have to use big dumbbells, getting like 40 kilos up here is quite tricky. So I like to just grab it at the top of the dumbbell here, put it on my knee for leverage, and then bring it up to my chest like that. So I kind of go like that, and then I catch it. Otherwise you have to kind of like bicep curl it up. The next exercise is going to be the quad squat, and you need something to elevate your heels, so you're kind of like on your tippy toes, like this, like a ballerina. And we're going to be using 2 dumbbells like this. And this is kind of the bottom position you want to be in. And the reason it hits your quads is because your hamstrings are touching your calves. You're getting a lot of knee flexion, which just means you're getting a lot of knees over toes, which people used to think is bad, but it's completely safe. Let's start body weight first. Let's say arms out in front, and we just stand up. 3, 2, 1, and up, and we're here, okay? And then as we sit down, we're just sitting down in that same position. Arms out in front, like that. See how I'm kind of like nice and upright? That's what we want with a quad squat. Upright posture, knees going forward, and then pushing back up, like that. Yeah? And then as you get stronger, you can handle dumbbells. So you come down here, grab the dumbbells, and then we're up. Coming down, knees in line with your toes, and driving up. Now I'm going to take you through split squats, which is the single leg version of a squat. We'll start over here. We'll go body weight version. I'll start in front. The first thing we want to think is standing on railway tracks, as opposed to, see this line down here? We don't want to be standing like we're on a tightrope. What we want to do is think we're on railway tracks, each leg. And then ultimately what we're doing is just lowering ourselves down to the floor until our back leg touches the floor. That's what I like. And then pushing up. So coming down here and then pushing up. This is the leg that's working here. This is the exercising leg. And then you'll do the same amount of reps on this side. Here. Boom. Make sure that this heel doesn't leave. Some people, when they push off, they're like that, and they're pushing up like that, like that. We want it down and pushing through the middle of our foot to be nice and strong. Knees can go over your toes if you want to work your quads, like the quad squat over here, or if you want to work your glutes more, you'll take a bigger step and have more of a 90-degree angle. So here's more glutes, and here's more quads. Smaller step, knee over toe. Now, once again, with the split squats, you can do many different types. We can do a front foot elevated split squat here. That allows us to get more range of motion. Because that leg's elevated, we can go further into it. We can also do a rear foot elevated split squat, where our rear foot's elevated, and we're going this way. More range of motion. The last split squat I want to take you through is this way, and we're going to use this. This is a Bulgarian split squat. Our foot is always down. So if you see this, I like to say laces down. So laces, down, bang, yep, here. Once again, if we want to do more quads, shorter step, knees over toes more. If we want to hit our glutes, bigger step, bigger angle here, 90 degrees. I want to show you what your knees should look like. So with your knees, you want your feet kind of straight or slightly out. And I want your knees to follow the line of your feet. So my feet are pointing this way, so my knees are going that way too. You see how this looks weird if my knees are that way, but my knee goes in? That's not good. That's how you tear a meniscus or how you screw up your ACL. What we want to do is keep them in line together. So a cue that I like to use in Team Brock Ashby is that this is the runway and your knee is the plane, and your plane wants to go the same way as the runway so that it lands together and you avoid a plane crash or an injury. So make sure they're in line. If the runway's that way, that's where the plane's going. Yeah? If it's completely straight like that, that's where the plane's going. So always follow your feet. And now I'm just going to take you through lunges. A lunge is another good squat alternative. It's like a split squat, but it's in motion. So a split squat, you're stationary like this and you're not moving. But for a lunge, what you're doing is you're stepping and down. It's dynamic, stepping and down. So this is going to be more so for your quads, a forward lunge, like this. If you want to focus more on your glutes, then you can do a reverse lunge. Bang. Reverse lunge. Back. If you want to make it harder, you can step onto a weight plate or any type of step. And this is called a drop lunge because you're dropping off the cliff. So here, and once again, you're getting more range of motion because you can go deeper. So this is called a drop lunge. And then if I wanted to do a deficit reverse lunge, I'm stepping back. This is one of my favorite exercises to build a good set of glutes. And you can hold dumbbells as well as you get stronger. You could even do it with a barbell on your back. Whoops. Like that. And it's still going to work really well. The last exercise I'm going to take you through is a walking lunge. Hands on hips. It's like a lunge, but you don't step back. You just keep going forward. So here, and instead of pushing up, you go forward. So you push forward like that. Bang, push forward. Bang, push forward. Bang, push forward. Bang, push forward. So there you have it. You have about 8 to 10 other alternative exercises if you can't do a back squat. There's no need to be discouraged. You don't have to do a back squat to get strong or to get big legs or to get toned legs or whatever goal you have. A back squat's just good because you can handle a lot of weight and it's a really good compound for you to get stronger. Please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time.